Unpopular opinion. This is the reason why I will not hire a Gen Z or a family member that is a Gen Z. Again, this is my personal experience, my personal opinion, so don't blast me for generalizing. Basically, I just fired my nephew. Oh, well, he fired me. How do I know that I got fired? Well, apparently he didn't show up to work today. Apparently, to him, he told my wife he wasn't working in a subtle way, like 3 days ago. Now, this is not just a rare occasion, oh, it's my nephew. It's basically speaking to a lot of self-employed friends. It's usually for these type of Gen Zs. In this case, my nephew that started work with me about maybe 18 months ago, he used to be, a bit of history, working in a call center, slaving away, 45K per annum. And he knows I run a mortgage brokering business, and obviously he saw me from the bottom up, 15 years ago, and now I build like a big, massive empire over here. During our whole relationship, I never went up to him and go, hey mate, you're working at that crappy place, you should come to work with me. Never like that. The premise is I never asked him to come to work with me. Every year, I take him out for his birthday, show him lunch, dinner, I always drive a new car every year, I buy a new property every year, and then, just like 18 months ago, he's like, uncle. He's like, uncle, can you mentor me to do this? I'm like, I don't really need staff right now, and I run a pretty tight ship. I'm pretty hard as a boss, and I don't want to ruin our relationship. But he's like, look, I'll do 6 months for free. You try me out, see how I am. And his mum's well off because she divorced with my brother and got a huge payout. And anyway, she's paying for all his expenses, so no money is not a problem. So I said, look, let's give it a try. And plus, I feel sorry for my nephew because he never had a father figure because my bro is kind of a dick. Therefore, they got divorced. Anyway, I said yes. I felt kind of sorry for him. So my nephew went under my wings. These are my wings for 6 months. And I said to him, I'll teach you everything to be a great broker, to run a great business, to make, over 100 to 200K, bare minimum. But during these 6 months, he's like, uncle, this is kind of hard work. It's like, I don't think I can be a self-employed mortgage broker like you. I just lack the drive, and I really miss my $45,000 salary. So he's like, can you just put me on a $45,000 salary and just throw me some tasks and I'll just do it for you? I clarified with him. I said, look, you want me to just throw tasks to you but not really teach you to be like a successful mortgage broker, to run your own business and make potential $300,000 to $500,000 in a year? He's like, yeah, I just don't have the drive. I was like, all right, cool. I'll put you on 45K. Then he did that for 3 months, and then guess what? Uncle, I'm looking at another job, and they're offering 65K for the type of work I'm doing for you. Can you match it? I'm like, you're currently making a lot of mistakes, and then I actually lost 2 clients because of you. But what the heck, I'll give you 65. Then after 3 months, he's like, CBA has a role for a settlement officer, and that's on for hire, and it's going for $75,000 to $78,000. Like, you reckon I could do maybe a little bit more, and you throw that to me? I'm like, fuck mate, you're getting a bit more commercial with me. I'm your uncle. I'm trying to teach you a lot of these skills that you could use to build your own business, but you took a different route. Every freaking quarter of the year, you're asking for a pay rise, and most of the time, I see you doing this. Yeah, uncle, what did you say? I sat him down last week and I said, mate, I don't think this is working. You don't seem to be enjoying your work, and every so often you're asking for more money. And I said to him, hey, if you do the sales role, which means you go out there, you find business, I can give you a cut off the commission. You can definitely make, $100,000 to $150,000. But he's like, oh, but I don't like sales. I don't like talking to people. And it's not just my nephew. Like 80% of Gen Zs are like that. They don't want to start from the bottom. They just want to hit it in 3 months, be the fucking CEO of the company, do jack shit, and get tons of money. I started 15 years ago at the bottom, eating shit for 4 or 5 years under different mortgage brokers. I worked at the bank as a bank assessor, did thousands of loans every week at a minimal wage. I worked my ass off because I tell myself I'll never be PAYG, I'll never work under a boss, I'll be my own boss and make my own salary. I'm teaching you that, mate. Do you not understand that? And definitely he didn't understand that. It's like taking a horse to water and trying to make a drink. Anyway, weeks have passed, and I got a call from CBA. It's like, so-and-so got you as the referee. And you know what? Good faith, I gave him the best reference ever, even though he did a pretty shit job. Good luck, mate. Fucking good luck. I seriously think he turned down the fucking best mentor in the world. He could have made fucking $500,000 a year in 5 years, but short-sightedness. So yeah, guys, learn from this lesson. Never hire family members. Gen Zs, they are family members. Not all Gen Zs are bad. I speak to a lot of Gen Zs that are great, but that's my experience. What do you think? Jump in the comments, let me know.